well alright.
Well, all right.
Tick, 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 well alright.
Well, all right.
Chop, 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 well alright.
Well, all right.
Hi, 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 well alright, well alright, well alright, well alright. The music's talking to you, you know tonight's the night.
The devil and the deep blue sea. We're gonna party the anybody loving. We're gonna get out the honey, baby, honey. What a do, what a do, be the devil and the deep blue sea.
Well, all right.
I don't want you, but I hate to lose you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea.
Well, all right.
We're gonna party the anybody loving. We're gonna get out the honey, baby, honey. What a do, what a do, be the devil and the deep blue sea.
Well, all right.
The devil and the deep blue sea.
Where's it going? I don't know where it's going. Yes, we're going. The only thing I know is it's going.
I forgive you, 'cause I can't forget you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I ought to cross you off my list, but when you come knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist, and I come running back for more. I should hate you, but I guess I love you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. The devil and the deep blue sea.
Where's it going? I don't know where it's going. Yes, we're going. The only thing I know is it's going. Oh, tonight's the night. Oh, tonight's the night.
I forgive you, 'cause I can't forget you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I ought to cross you off my list, but when you come knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist, and I come running back for more. I should hate you, but I guess I love you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. The devil and the deep blue sea. We're gonna party the anybody loving. We're gonna get out the honey, baby, honey. What a do, what a do, be the devil and the deep blue sea. What did it do, the honey balloon? But I did it, what it all. We don't let it do, let it do it all. But it all, it all, we did it, but it did not do. It got up, but it let it, but I do. The devil and the deep blue sea.
coffee, I'm in trouble. Black coffee, I see trouble. Man, 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 I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm so dizzy. Black coffee, please get busy. Oh, 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 nothing to get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy. Please get busy. Man, 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 I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy. Please get busy. Oh, 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 now I'm not gonna get home. I'm not gonna get home.
Nattore to per dire.
and me. Those dancing feet, only avenue I'm taking you to 42nd Street. Come and me. Those dancing feet, only avenue I'm taking you to 42nd Street.
Yo, stay on top of this. See if you can follow this. Drink and swallow this. Heat from the hollow tips. Bounce, rock, skate with the quickness. Shake your head to this. Tell me if you're feeling this. If you are, let me know who you are. Turn it up real loud. Let it beat in your car. I'm the best by far. Like my man Omar. Make a real loud noise. Let me know who you are.
Words up the cracks like chapstick, hot spit. Look, your lyricals packed with content. You never will have, not like an empty convent. This musical bomb, offset your defense. Ain't been another competitor better than we sense. Some of you brothers sound like repetitive presets. We release the repressed stress, cause we blessed like
Little misfits from the 50s, innocent and sweet. Lovely ladies from the 80s, give yourself a treat.
Superlative, you're more murderous. You know you heard of this. J5 sickness, bump it when you lift it. Put us on your wish list. We make it hot since this is the dot. Period, we serious. Boy, you know what we got. Shit, hot heat. These Eric Rico beats, they vibrate the streets. So please press repeat.
Come and me, those dancing feet. The only avenue I'm taking you to 42nd Street. Side by side, take 405. Where the whole world needs success and defeat. 42nd Street, hardy-gardy.
Etiquette, fly nigga etiquette. Dress elegant, but never talking arrogant. We get together with our inner city relatives. With no embarrassment, I'll tell you where the party is. Variety and pedigree, old school melody. Pump what you telling me, you feeling it, then let it be.
It's the song I love, that melody on 42nd Street.
Good evening, 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 and welcome to a very special game night and someone getting in on the Red Herrings jam there. I'm going to uncover that cam so that the guy who didn't make it into the studio can be seen as well. I am joined by my good friend Hud601, who's up there and didn't get into the game, is having to watch from the sideline. Hud, good evening, welcome.
Good evening. How are we all doing out there? Lovely to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
A pleasure. It was lovely to be here. I haven't done a co-hosted stream for a little while, so getting used to that, but it will be interesting. But it would be good to have someone to bounce off. Normally, it's when I'm co-hosting, it's with Ash and we're doing Deal or No Deal, but I'm normally got my banker hat on then, so I'm in character anyway. So this should be fun. But you'll have to let us know how it is outside the studio up top there. It's not nice to get you into the studio, I'm afraid. Social distancing.
It's definitely a little hot up here. You know, heat does rise after all. I'm definitely feeling it under the studio lights at the moment, but we'll survive. Staying hydrated.
Well, a very good evening and welcome to all of you. I'm delighted that Huds has agreed to come and co-host with me. It's a very special ad hoc game night, Sonic special, celebration of Sonic, with it being Sonic's 30th birthday this week. It sort of seemed that everything seemed to marry together. Also, with it being Pride Month, Huds has been doing some fundraising over on his channel for Bristol Pride, not Brighton Pride, as I keep accidentally calling it, getting the B's mixed up. Huds, do you want to say just a little bit briefly about that to the people watching at home, who I will say hello to in just a moment?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as Ben has said, I've been fundraising for Bristol Pride all this month. It's my local Pride charity here in the southwest of England. So far, we've managed to raise about £750 already. But basically, if you don't know, they put on the local Pride festival here in Bristol, but they also continue their work all year round. They hold things like talks and seminars at schools, at community nights. They do a lot of work lobbying local councils, local government as well, in order to make things better for the LGBTQ community. They also do a lot of work with that community, for example, with, young kids or adults or potentially vulnerable people who are maybe, having a bit of a hard time because of their LGBTQ status. They put a lot of work into that as well and supporting those people. So it's a charity that's very dear to my heart. For very personal reasons, which I put up in my Discord earlier this month. And also, what with it being Pride Month as well, it felt like a really good thing to do. So yeah, we've been fundraising all month over on my channel. My original target was like £200. We smashed past that in 30 minutes. We've gone way above. I've set up loads of incentives. I have more themed nights to put together than I could possibly imagine. And it's been going fantastic. And tonight we're having a little bit of fun, what with it being Sonic's 30th birthday week as well, doing a bit of a Sonic themed night over here.
And yeah, so what I probably should have said before that is that Sonic is a Huds speedrunner. Yes, that's what I meant to say there. Huds is a Sonic speedrunner, as am I, sort of. Huds is better than me, has a few world records to his name. But it sort of seemed like a sort of a good time to mesh the communities together, because obviously we've got the game night community over here, and Huds runs Club 601 as well, and I've been hanging out with Huds' community since my chat dying to start working again over the last 3 or 4 months, and we've got quite chummy, and it seemed a good thing to do, to mesh the quiz and Sonic world. So welcome to both communities. It is fabulous to have you here, and thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be doing a couple of quiz games over here, both of which are Sonic themed. So whether you want to take part or whether you want to just sit and watch, both are absolutely fine. If you are going to take part, 2 things I will say at the front. Number 1, as you saw in the warm-up game there, and congratulations to Lupine, I'll give you your warm-up penny. I haven't got the app running tonight, but I'll do it afterwards. If you want to play the game, you'll need to whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot. It's the account that asks all the questions. If you click the name and hit whisper, make sure you whisper to her rather than to me or into public chat. If it goes in public chat, it won't be processed by the game, most importantly, and it'll likely be deleted by a moderator as well, just in the interest of keeping things spoiler-free. That's the first thing. The second thing is to watch the chat, because if you have got a little bit of latency, it's likely you won't be able to check pennies tonight because I'm not running the app, I'm afraid. That command only works when the app is running, so apologies for that. If, as Score is telling you in the chat right now, chat is king. So if you've got a bit of latency where you are, the question might appear on the screen about 5 seconds after it's actually live, and all the games are timed. So keep your eye on the chat, because that is where the question will be live in real time, or as close to it as we can get. So do keep your eyes on that. That's very important. One final thing, just a general rule, because obviously there's going to be some new people here. We're doing this for fun. We have got a couple of prizes, haven't we, tonight, Huds? We've got first, second and third for both games.
We do indeed, yeah. Shall we reveal those now, or shall we keep them in suspense for later?
Let's reveal them now. Let's do them now. Can you do that, because I'm streaming your Discord and I can't move Discord, otherwise you'll turn into my Discord.
Absolutely. So for this first game that we're going to be playing, Red Herrings, we have prizes for first, second and third place. If you finish in third place, you will receive a Steam key for Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Fantastic little racing game, Sonic themed. It's kind of like Crash Team Racing, but made by Sega, and it's got Sonic characters in it. For second place, you will get a Steam key for Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic's first real 3D adventure. It was showcased on ESA at Break the Record Live about 6 months ago now or so. Fantastic little game. Definitely worth playing if you never played a Sonic game before. One of his best 3D outings. And then for first place in this game, if you win, we will give you Steam keys for both Sonic Mania and the Sonic Mania Encore DLC. You will be able to play Sonic's most recent 2D outing in full. Probably one of the best 2D games they've ever brought out for Sonic. So that is what you have potentially to win tonight. At least in this first game.
That's for the first game here. First, second, and third for Red Herrings. Just a little coverall that I'm going to say here, because obviously I'm aware there are some new members here. There's a couple of prizes attached, but largely these games are played for fun. So let's not spoil the fun by seeing who can Google the answers the fastest. I mean, these games are kind of designed that actually, if you were inclined to try and do such a thing, you would probably have a hard time doing it anyway because of the time limit and such. But that is not a challenge. I would implore everybody to play fairly and honestly, and we'll all have a little bit of fun with this. That's pretty much all the housekeeping I've got to say. After Risky Business, which is the second game we're playing a little bit later on, we're going to be raiding over to Huds' channel, and then he and I are going to be racing Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. For pride, I think, more than anything else. I don't think there's any prizes at stake there, although I'm quite curious to see if I can actually best a proper speedrunner, albeit on a game he hasn't learnt yet. So do make sure you stick around for that raid that's going to be happening a little bit later on. I think I've done all the housekeeping. Watch the chat for the questions, whisper to the bot, don't use Google, and above all, have a load of fun. If you would like to play Red Herrings, our Sonic-themed Red Herrings pack, you will need to enter the lobby code, which is Game crashes, out of range exception, POG. Yes! That is a solid start there. Right, I'm going to have to restart the build. Everyone stand by. We go again. Let's go again. Go again. That happens if the streamers will enjoy our award-winning opening credits one more time. Something I can do while the credits come down is say hello to everyone who's here. Good evening to Tyson Bain and Zeus, Naked Grandma and AV Me, to Lupine1 and Topper, Zephyrus and Zanon, G. Isons and Scorecount, Clive and Colo, Ronin and Dante. Good evening to Oni and Maxio and Innis and Keglacoat, to Tej, to Guitar Rocks, to Sectra and Broken Hyperlink, Itzotli, Dogfish, Elite, Anisette, to AJ, to Huds has whispered in the chat as well. Good evening. Good evening, Yellowtail and Fake Paper Tiger and Sparrow Castle, to Juice Man, Danger Diamond, JY8 Minky, Race Pro UK, to Daru, SM Midi and Samster. Lovely to have you all here, and anyone else who is in the stream but not wanting to chat, you are most welcome here. My bot only catches you when you chat, so splendid to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you as well to AJ for the Prime resub, the 8-month resub. Sonic is the blue one, right? Yes, that's right, Sonic is the blue one. To Broken Hyperlink, to Hey Nevermind, to Arg for the follows. Welcome to you all, and to everyone who has hosted as well. Good evening, welcome. Mean Desi, welcome to the stream. Samster, good evening to you. Hopefully the lobby will work this time. There we go. If you want to come and play the game, KQSB. Type it in and you'll be dragged into the game.
Definitely get involved. Obviously this is going to be a Sonic themed night, so potentially my community might have a little advantage here, maybe knowing a little bit more in depth on the Sonic side of things.
Maybe a slight edge. One of the things I will say about this game though, this one in particular is the one that is slightly less Sonic themed. It's all very Sonic themed, but there is a little bit of a wider scope going on here as well. So one thing I'll say, even if you want to only just sort of dip in and out, you have to join the lobby at the beginning of the game. You can't join in midway through. So do join at the start, even if you just want to play a couple of questions or just sort of keep track of your score. The game is very good at keeping track of your score because, well, that's his job, really. So do pop you into the lobby, KQSB. I'll give you till the end of this loop. It's about 2 minutes to join the lobby, and then we'll get the game underway. We've got room for 2.5 more rows. It'd be nice to get a full block if possible.
That'd be fantastic.
That would be lovely. I've not seen it with this one before. I've seen it with a couple, not with Red Herrings. But do make your ways in. So this game is entirely multiple choice, apart from the last round, which is also still sort of kind of multiple choice. But yeah, so all you need to do for the most part is whisper a single letter, usually A through P, to Persephone's Twitch bot. That's how you answer in this game. So get practicing by whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot now. You can also type in the lobby code to join the game by whispering it to the bot, either there into public chat. But once the game has started, everything to the bot. Don't type your answers in public chat, because most key thing is that they won't be processed, and I'd hate for you to not get points when they are warranted. It also, the reason for that is that it anonymizes the answers. So yeah, always whisper to the bot. Any misplaced answers will be deleted by a human. Totally a human. It actually is a human who's going to delete them. Rather than the bot doing that. I'm not clever enough to program bot deletion, I'm afraid. I am not a clever man. Say again?
No chat allowed.
No chat allowed. You can chat. Keep the chat friendly. Absolutely. Ben called me a human. I did score. That you are. Reese Winner, Podo Nuevo, brand new Halo, and Mappy, welcome to the stream. That is the end of the loop. I'm going to give you 30 seconds grace at the end. We'll hear some of the next loop, and then we will get underway with round number 1. All the shouting.
Get involved.
Am I shouting? I don't mean to shout. I say that. I kind of do. It's just this is my hosting voice. How he goes. Don't allow Ben and Sweden to participate, because he always finds glitches in any game he plays. There's a good chance he'd find some in here. This is, so like to say, I am not a clever man, but I do what I can. Right. I'm going to break the game. If that's everyone in who wants to play tonight, I see a mixture of communities. Apologies, this game doesn't show your avatar, your name, unless I press a button to show me your name, and I don't know everybody's avatar, so do forgive me in getting through your names. If I don't know your name, please forgive me. I will learn them in due course. Yes, last call, last 10 seconds. Doo-wops is a bit later on, that's for risky business. Speak to my lawyer right now about that. About what? What's
Come on, Blind Fox. Come join. It's all Sonic themed. You should know these answers. Come join. Come on.
We can fill up this row. That would be grand. Oh, go on, Flying Fox. We'll have a good time. Go on, 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 go on. No, less peer pressure. Fewer peer pressure? No, less peer pressure is right. It's not fewer peer pressure. I was going to say, we're not going to start the game till Flying Fox joins. No, I can't do that. That would be really mean. No pressure at all. I think I might give it to the end of this sting now, though. We'll do it 2 times around the sting. Ape is threatening to eat things. How dare he?
It's all for fun. It's all for fun, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. There are prizes to be won, Flying Fox, and anyone else who's just joined. Please do join in.
Whole lot of fun, prizes to be won. It's a real crazy show where anything can go. Hey, Robin, welcome to the game. We finished the row.
Yay, what a moment.
Great stuff. Right, I'm going to lock this lobby in a second.
Yes, Flying Fox!
Well, come on in. Ding! Ding indeed. One day, Roy will close the lobby when he says he will. But much like what we say to the god of death, Topper, not today. Welcome on in, Ben in Sweden as well. Right.
Hey, Ben's here.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lock it up.
Here we go.
Round 1 is called By Any Other Name. So, around the edge of the screen, you'll be presented 16 answers. 12 of these will be answers to the 12 questions you are about to see. There will be no repeats, so your answers won't be repeated. So once they've gone, you can sort of mentally check them off if you like. But 4 of the answers will never be the answer, and they are the red herrings and are not worth anything. The scoring is very simple in this round. If you give me a correct answer, you get 1 point. If you give me an incorrect answer, you lose 1 point. If you abstain, there is no penalty. So if you're not sure and you don't want to guess, you can abstain. There is no penalty for abstaining. Additionally, throughout the course of the 12 questions in this round, there will be 3 bonus questions. These are announced by a fanfare. If you get a bonus question right, you will get plus 3 points. If you get a bonus question wrong, you will lose 3 points. Thank you very much for the follow, Mindesi, as well. So hopefully that's clear. All you need to whisper is the letter of the answer, A through P. Not the full answer, just the letter. As I said before, keep your eye on the chat, because when the question is in the chat, the question is live. Thank you for the follow, Roman. And you will have 15 seconds from when the question is displayed to whisper your letter to Persephone's Twitch bot. Simple as that. 1 point for right, -1 for wrong, plus some bonus questions. Without any further ado, let's reveal the answers. Round 1, by any other name. Options are Rouge, Big, Espio, Styx, Silver, Knuckles, Amy Rose, Chaos, Blaze, Sonic, Shadow, Cream, Mighty, Vector, Eggman, and Tails. So, whispering the correct answer to Persephone's switch spot A through P, no penalty for abstention. Good luck, have fun, and once this game starts, I can't stop it. It's one of those games, the computer takes over. Here we go, question number 1. Oh god, not Sonic. What word, when added to Naj, gives a word for governmental spying?
Oh, lots of quick answers here. No one getting it wrong so far. 3,
There's
2,
first Sparrow Castle's
1.
getting it wrong, and few people getting late answers. Espio, as in espionage. C was the answer we were after there. Make sure you're whispering it to Persephone's switch spot. Here's question 2. First bonus question. +3 if you're right, -3 if you're wrong, so do be careful. Complete the WWE stage name of Paul Donald White II, The Blank Show. It's The Big Show. Well, it's The Big Show. That's the one. Coming in question number 3. The robot that won the 3rd and 4th series of Robot Wars UK had what word in its name? Some retro knowledge here, retro TV here.
That's time.
It was H, Chaos, as it was Chaos 2. It was Team Chaos 1, Series 3 and Series 4. Had the Shremek, the first robot to do so. Bonus questions coming out early tonight. This is the earliest they can be because they're never consecutive. They're not first or last. Question 4, +3 for right. Runners-up in the Olympic Games are present with which sort of medal? That should be presented. Apologies for that. Nice easy one for 3 points. Can you find it though? Silver, of course it is. They are present on the winner's podium. Thank you, Clive, for that. The question was fine after all. Question number 5. Psalm 23 verse 4 begins, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the what of death?" It's Amy Rose Huds. Through the Amy Rose of Death.
Amy Rose of Death.
Oh, it wasn't Amy Rose. K, Shadow, through the valley of the shadow of death. That's cheerful, isn't it? On we go. Question number 6. What were the ducks of a 1994 film centred around an ice hockey tournament? The gospel according to Coolio.
So young on that one.
I haven't seen this film for donkey's years. But well done if you gave me the correct answer. It was the Mighty Ducks. M for mighty is what you needed to type there. On we go, halfway through now. Question number 7. What was the name of the UK gladiator portrayed by Eunice Hutt, the winner of the 3rd series? Whoever said gladiators, I think it was Clive. That was an ominous premonition. Eunice Hutt. She became a gladiator. What was her name? It was Blaze. Do you remember this, Huds? Do you remember Eunice Hutt?
I definitely remember gladiators, and I definitely remember Blaze.
Bog. Question number 8. In Euclidean geometry, what name is given to an element of linear space? Yeah, Broken Hyperlink, they tried to relaunch it, but it just wasn't on Sky 1 about 10 years ago. It just wasn't the same thing. Wasn't the same. N, Vector was the answer we were after there. Vector the Hedgehog. No, that's not right. Question 9. Breaking the sound barrier is known as going super what?
Well, everyone should get this one.
Nice free question for you. Point if you give me the right answer. Maybe an AFK there. 8 Minkies managed to get back to 0. J Sonic, Supersonic was the answer. Is the next bonus question now? It's not. Question 10. Invented by A.A. Mill. Which word appears in a children's game involving racing under a bridge? Yeah, so question number 11 looks like it's going to be the last bonus question because the bonus question will never be the first or last. A lot of people abstaining there. D Sticks. It was Pooh Sticks. Pooh Sticks.
Did you ever play Pooh Sticks as a child?
Probably. Almost certainly, in fact. Ridiculous game. There's no influence after they've gone in. Last bonus question. +3 for right, -3 for wrong. What is the French word for red?
I only know this one because I know it always used to be printed on like the Crayola pencil I used to get.
Yes, it would have been. They had all the languages on there. +3 for right, -3 for wrong. Rouge. Rouge was the answer there. So one final question. There should only be 5 options left if you're keeping track. Number 12. Which band had hit songs including I Feel Free, I'm So Glad and White Room? And I will say there is a little bonus. If you've got 18 at the end of this round and you've got all of them correct, there's a little bonus of 2 points. Looks like we've got at least 4 players in there. Only Clive, Colo and Tyson all finding the correct answer. L. Cream. Let's reveal the red herrings. Knuckles, Amy Rose, Eggman and Tails were the red herrings in that round, and that's the end of round 1. How was that for you, Huds?
It's fast-paced, this game. That's all I can say. It's very fast-paced.
It's very quick. But congratulations there to Tyson, to Clive, to Colo and to Oni, who got a perfect board and ended up with those 2 bonus points, which you get at the end of each round. Different bonus points at the end of different rounds. I'm going to press the ID Players button in a minute so I can find out who you are. Brand New Halo and AB Me and Zephyrus and Reeswin and It's Sotley all on 17. Score Count, Lupine, Zeus, Kegler on 16. Apodo and Naked Grandma and AJ and G. Eisens on 15. Mappy's on 14, Innes is on 13, as is Zanon. Tej is on 12, Dogfish is on 10, Alitz is on 10. Is that Mindezi? Is that? Am I saying it right?
You can call him Mindez.
Mindez. We'll go Mindez. Mindez and Topper and Yellowtail on 10. Jay White's on 9, as is Ben in Sweden. Is that Ben in Sweden?
Ben. Yeah, that
Ben
is
in
Ben.
Sweden. Sparrow and Flying Fox and Broken Hyperlink on 7. Esamidion Roman on 6. 8 Minky's on 5. The Juice Man's on 5. Maxio on 5. And yet to score is Danger Diamonds. Do try and find the bot. I don't know if there was some public or bot-based confusion there. Thank you for the follow. Cool33. Cool with a Q. That is cool. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the follow. Those are the scores at the end of round 1. Let's go on to round number 2. Round 2 is the picture zone, and as the title suggests, this one is a picture round. Now, what you may want to do, just so that you can keep half an eye on the pictures, if you've got more than one monitor or some monitor real estate that you can spare, you are allowed to take a screenshot of the pictures when they've revealed and refer back to them, because the answers are often flipping back and forth, and that applies to any round, to be honest. And if there's latency going on, sometimes you can't see the answer, and if the bot is covering one of the answers, if your bot chat window. So feel free, once the pictures are revealed, to take a quick screenshot, either on a phone or on another monitor or something, and just have that on the side. That's completely fine. So round 2 is a picture round. Let me explain the scoring of round 2. This is the speed, if the game wasn't fast enough for you already, the speed... oh god, what are the rules for this round? The speed freeze-out round. There we go. God, bloody hell, I can't even remember. The speed freeze-out round. So, again, 15 seconds to get your answer in. If you get your answer in correctly within the first 5 seconds, you get 3 points. The next 5 seconds, you get 2. The last 5 seconds, you get 1. If you give me a wrong answer, you don't lose points, but you freeze yourself out of the next question. So you need to think carefully, because, again, there's no penalty for abstaining. But if you freeze yourself out of the next question, obviously you can't answer it, and you may know the next one. So something very much that you need to consider. Additionally, there are 3 bonus questions in this round, which are worth a flat rate of 5 points. There's no timer on the bonus questions, but you can freeze yourself out of a bonus question, and you can freeze yourself out on a bonus question. You're not exempt from the freeze-out rule if you get a bonus question wrong, but 5 points if you do get the bonus question right. That is the scoring, and at the end of the round, if you get all 12 questions correct, then you get a bonus, I think, of 3 points at the end of this round. As the title suggests, this is a picture round, so do feel free to take a screenshot of them so you've got a permanent reference to them. Let's reveal the options. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Those are your pictures. And so speed is of the essence here. The faster you answer, the more points you get, though, if you are wrong. Not bloody Sonic. I know, more Sonic. Who would have thought? It's almost like we prepared you for it. So this is the picture zone. Good luck. Have fun. Again, all you need to type is the letter to Persephone's Twitch bot. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Superman stole Wonder Woman's purse. What happens next?
In with a hard one already.
People not risking here. Oh, a couple of risks. Oh, Sky Chase. There would be a Sky Chase. That's Sky Chase Zone from Sonic 2 right there. On we go. What name is given to the maximum speed of an object when falling? So if you've
I have
got
the
orange,
answers here, and
you're
even I'd struggle with this.
If you've got orange, that means you're frozen out of this question. Remember, do mentally tick them off once they've gone because there won't be any repeats. C, that's terminal velocity. I think that's Sonic Colors. Is it, Huds?
It is Sonic Colors.
Sonic Colors, terminal velocity there. Question 3. Which US highway runs through Washington, California, and Oregon? Ooh, a few more answers coming in here. Did you work it out? It's A. It's Route 101 from Sonic Adventure 2.
Yes, I do.
Lovely stuff. Question 4. What was the first level on which you could gamble? This is an actual Sonic question. The first one, I think, of the evening. Can you find it? Where is it? K. That is Casino Night Zone from Sonic 2, the first one where you could gamble. For rings. We haven't had a bonus yet. Still not yet. In question 5, in which level would you find a ball hog? A ball hog. Where's the ball hog?
Flying Fox got it.
L is the answer we're after. Scrap Brain Zone. A ball hog is the little thing that shoots the little balls. Fun fact, my brother and I, we used to call them teddy bear toilets. First bonus question. This is a 5-pointer. Bad luck if you're frozen out of this. Take a look. If I threw the power source from a remote control, what would you have? 5 points if you can give me the right answer to this. You would have a flying battery. F for flying battery. Yeah, and that is a jam, that one.
Best song.
Sorry, Hodders. Question 7. In Greek mythology, where was the Minotaur kept? A couple of wrong answers coming in. A few one-pointers here at the end. It was G, Labyrinth. Labyrinth Zone. The Minotaur was kept inside the labyrinth. Perseus, I think, of the Minotaur. Was it Theseus? I always get them mixed up. Number 8. What is a name given to the fate that befell Valeria in the A Song of Ice and Fire novels? This is hard for 2 reasons. Glad it's come late. There's only a handful of options. Is anyone going to get this one right? No. H, that is the Doom. The Doom of Valeria. And that's from Shadow the Hedgehog. H over there. Well done if you got that. Nobody. Bad luck, though, if you're frozen out of this bonus question. 5 points, flat rate if you get this. The Rapture is an eschatological, theological name for what event? AB Me's got it. Brand new Halo score count. 8 Minky. Dogfish. Lupine. Anyone else? I think that was Broken Hyperlink. B, it is The End of the World. That's from...
That's from the worst Sonic.
The worst Sonic, right. Number 10. What was the first Sonic level to be seen in 3D? First Sonic level to be seen in 3D. I was tempted to troll everyone by putting an image from 3D and 2D as the correct answer, but I didn't. I went for the original. J, that's Green Grove from Sonic 3D Blast. Well done if you got that. Couple of people frozen out here. It's the last bonus question of the round. 5-point flat rate if you give me a correct answer to this. Take a look. What is the Taj Mahal largely made from?
I love these questions. They require a little bit of abstract thinking.
One of those rounds I wrote the answers before the questions. It was P, marble. It's largely made from marble zone. Lots of freeze-outs here as we go into the last question. Question 12. Which 1927 German expressionist science fiction drama film was directed by Fritz Lang? Might as well have a go here. You can't be frozen out of the next round. It was... N, that is Metropolis Zone. The red herrings there, D, E, I, and M, Sandopolis, Rusty Ruin, and 2 others that I can't remember. That's the end of round 2.
Who could you make Sandopolis a red herring?
Oh, because I knew how much you'd appreciate it being a red herring, Huds. Huds' favourite level is Sandopolis. He's so good at it, he plays it on repeat over and over again without any provocation or prompting. The Sando Zero, yes, Vindez is saying. The Sando Zero. Well, that's the end of round 2. Let's check out the scores. No bonus points going out at the end of that round, but Lupine has taken the lead now with 44. Oni's in second with 40. Brand New Halo is in third with 36. Fourth place, that is Reeswin. I think I called you Broken Hyperlink before, my bad. Reeswin is in fourth there with 34. Zephyrius has got 33. Tyson 31. Zeus on 29. Mendez on 29. Broken Hyperlink there on... I think that was Broken Hyperlink. I think. Yes, Broken Hyperlink there on 27. Score's got 26. Clive on 24. Colo on 23. Kegler Coach on 22. AB Me 22. Apodo Nuevo on 22. Ben in Sweden's on 20, along with Zeferis? Zanon on 20. Tej also on 20. AJ's on 19. Elite's on 19. It's Sotley on 19. Dogfish on 18. Naked Grammar on 17. Flying Fox on 17. Innes on 17. Yellowtail 17. G-Eyes on 16. 8 Minky 16. Back to press the magic button. Mappy on 14, Topper on 14, Romin on 12, JY on 9, Deuceman is also on 9, Sparrowcastle 8, Maxio 7, SM Midi 7, and I think that person might be AFK. Danger Diamonds. Danger Diamonds, I think maybe, possibly AFK, but there we go. So that was the end of round 2. Hope you had fun with that. Getting a little bit more Sonic-y themed. It's getting even more Sonic themed as we go to the next round, and get your cat jams ready. Round 3 is called Displaced Hedgehog Jam. This one is a music round. Yes, indeed, we've got a Sonic music round, and there are some absolute slaps in this round. Now, let me just briefly say, the music round, you've got extra time. There's 30 seconds per question instead of 15, because in this round, there's obviously the latency. You need to be able to hear the track. So if you've got latency, you've got that little bit of extra time to hear the track. It's called Displaced Hedgehog Jam for a reason that will become very clear in a moment. Obviously, this has got a Sonic theme about it. You'll see there are only 12 options here and 9 questions attached. So there are only 3 red herrings in this round. The scoring for this round, this is the accumulator round. So if you get the first one right, you get 1 point. If you get the next one right, you get 2 points for that. If you get the next one right, you get 3 points for that, and so on. If you abstain, you don't get any points, but you preserve your streak. So if you go right, abstain, the next question you get right would be worth 4 points. However, if you attempt and are wrong, you break your streak and you have to start rebuilding your points up again from 1. So if you've just gotten one wrong, you might as well attempt the next question. Likewise, the first question and the last question, you may as well attempt, because there is going to be no penalty for being wrong. But if you've got a bit of a streak building up and you're not sure of an answer, you might want to abstain and just sit back on that one rather than break your streak. It's something to consider. There are no bonus questions in this round. It's all just with that scoring metric. So round 3, Displaced Hedgehog Jam. It is a music round, so make sure you are listening carefully. Your options are Death Egg Zone, City Escape, Hilltop Zone, Sandopolis Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, Lava Reef Zone, Labyrinth Zone, a Rusty Ruin Zone, Resort Island, Oil Ocean Zone, Special Stage, and Aquatic Ruin Zone. And you'll see why it's displaced in a minute. I've picked the best slaps here, but there's still a little bit of thinking to do, even if you are very au fait with the Sonic music. And if you're not, well, just enjoy the music all the same. Good luck. Have fun. Round 3 is Displaced Hedgehog Jam. Here is question number 1. Which zone comes one after this one? Might as well have a go at this first one.
Yeah, it's not as straightforward as you thought.
The answer would be Rusty Ruin Zone. That was Green Grove Zone from 3D Blast. Question 2. Which zone comes 2 after this one? People guessing before the track's even started is 2 after this one.
You're getting it right quite a lot, getting it wrong.
I'm telling you, this is the zone that's going to come back to haunt me later on. Just to give you an idea on the colour code, green is right, red is wrong, blue means you're not on a streak, purple means you are on a streak. Labyrinth Zone was the answer. We were listening to Marble Zone 2 after that would be Labyrinth Zone. Where would you hear this music is question 3? And we've got our great friend Ash the Bash to thank for putting me onto this one. Oh, Ash is here tonight.
I'm enjoying this one, please.
This is an absolute slap. Well done if you got that one. That was the special stage from 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn. Probably the only track that's better on the Saturn version. Fight me in the comments. Question 4. Where would you hear this music? works. I think this is one of my favourite tracks. We are the same person, Hud. Stop being me. Honestly, we've got so much in common. It's getting a little bit frightening. L, Aquatic Ruin Zone from Sonic 2 was the answer we needed there. Number 5, where would you be likely to hear this music? Luke's a big fan of this one. The ultimate banger. It's a banger, but do you know where it's from? You'd hear that in Resort Island, which is the only level up there from Sonic R. Do I have anything by steps? I'm afraid not, David Bodicum. Number 6, which zone comes one before this one? One before. I'm sorry I was talking over the awesome opening bass line there as well.
Well, do you know your levels?
Well, don't forget that Hilltop Zone comes one before Mystic Cave in Sonic 2. Disaster for Zephyris. Number 7, where would you hear this music?
He means Zephyr, not Zephyris.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Zephyr. I call it as I say. Zephyr will do. It's a free one for you. The best banger.
Certified cat jam.
Absolutely. I need to get some cat jams in, even though it's finished now. B, City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2. I don't know if you got that one. Lots of people on streaks here, which is nice to see. Question 8, which zone comes one before this one?
I expect to see all the Sonic people getting this one right.
One before. Do you know and can you find it? It's Death Egg Zone. That is the Doomsday Zone, which is the ultimate boss level if you get all the emeralds in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Final question. You might as well try this one. Number 9. Which zone comes 2 after this?
Both this and the 1-2 after are also certified bangers. Some of the best in the game. At least my favourites.
This is just a better winning fortress, I think someone said in your chat the other day. The music for this. Lava Reef would be the answer. You were listening to Flying Battery from Sonic and Knuckles. The Red Homes there, Sandopolis again, Chemical Plant and Oil Ocean Zone. And that is the end of round 3.
You gotta get Sandopolis!
Flying Fox and Ben in Sweden getting all 9 correct and getting themselves a bonus 5 points. Very well done. And what a change around of the scores we've had here. Lupine 1 is in the lead with 80. Ben in Sweden's in second with 70. Flying Fox is now in third with 67. Oni's got 61. Zeus 58. T's on 56. Elite's on 55. Zephyr's on 54. Tyson's on 53. 8 Minkeep 44. Brand New Halo 43. Mindez on 42. Reeswin on 40. Broken Hyperlink 35. Tej 34. Scores on 30. Coda 28. Clive 27. Kegler 26. Innis 26. Topper 24. AB Me 24. Apollo Nuevo 23. AJ 22. Yellowtail 22. It's Sotley 20. Dogfish 19. G. Isons 18. Necrogrammar 18. Dejuiceman 17. Roman on 15. Why can I never remember 14? Sorry, Mappy on 14, JWatt at 12, Sparrowcastle 11, Maxio on 9, SM MIDI on 9. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed jamming out.
Are you memorising all those names?
Yeah. Almost
That's
all of them.
Incredible.
It's
I thought you had like a list somewhere. Like I
No,
don't know, you're literally memorising the names from the pictures.
That's why I have the ID button, because if I don't remember the pictures, I have to press the button to show me the name. But
That's incredible memory.
Most of them I know from my community. You get used to seeing them because there's a few games that have this. They have picture but not name. But the new ones coming in, I'm sort of learning as I go. I think it's sort of overhang of being a magician, where you've got to meet a group of 5, like at a wedding. You have to meet a group of 5 people, learn all their names, instantly memorize them, show them a card trick, go away, and then forget them forever. That's not my plan here. I'm not planning to forget everyone's name forever. I'll do the first half here, not the second half so much. Yeah, there we go. That's the end of round 3. So there's one more round to battle it out for. It is the final round, and there's a question for this round. Sonic's a platformer, right? And a great big noise. I should check my dashboard to find out what that great big noise could possibly mean. Champman, thank you very much for the follow. I think there was a host there earlier on as well that didn't get logged on there. But thank you very much for the host. And Champman, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. So, Sonic's a platformer, right? The final round has a little bit of a different syntax entry. So let me explain, first of all, how it works. In this round, you'll be given a block of text or some information, and you have to find the 6 answers that conform to the criteria that you are given. And you have to submit these as a single answer to the bot. So, for example, not into public chat, Scorecat is demonstrating there. A, B, C, D, E, F, for example, or A, C, E, I, K, L. It must be in that exact syntax. Excuse me. No spaces, no commas. Don't repeat any characters. If you repeat any characters, it will just say you've got none right, and it will mark it as 0. Don't put anything outside of the range of A to P either, because the same thing will happen. So A through P only, no repeated characters. That was a thing we put in to prevent people from brute forcing it, because you could theoretically go A, then B, 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 and so on. So here's how it works. If you get all 6 right, then you get 50 points if you're the first person to do it. 50, so it's still wide open at this point. The next person to get all 6 rights gets 45, the next gets 40, the next gets 35, and so on. This continues down until either 10 players have solved it, or we run out of time after 90 seconds. That is how it works. If you don't get all 6, but you conform to the correct syntax and all the answers that are there, then you'll be frozen out for 5 seconds, and the bot will ping you back and say how many you got right. So if the answer were, for example, A, B, C, D, E, F, and you were A, B, C, D, E, G, the bot would ping you back saying you've got 5 right, and then you can try again. You can try as many times as you like. As soon as that freeze out is done, it's after 5 seconds, and your character will go orange. So that's the objective of the game. It must be 6 characters, must be to the bot, and frozen out for 5 seconds if you don't get them all, but 50 points if you're the first to do it. Who is going to emerge victorious? I wish you all the very best of luck. And Hudson and I curated this one together. We spent an afternoon yesterday just going through and checking this. So the final round, Sonic's a platformer, right? Good luck, have fun. Options are Sonic R, Sonic Eraser, Sonic Labyrinth, Knuckles Chaotix, Sonic Rivals, Sonic Shuffle, Sonic Triple Trouble, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machines, Sonic at the Olympic Games, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Battle, Sonic Mania, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Drift, Tails Adventure, Sonic Lost World. Identify the 6 games that are considered 2D or 3D platformers. And they're off. Lupine is up to 5 already.
Wow.
Tyson's up to 4, Oni's got 5, Innes has got 5 now as well, Clive on 5, Reese on 5, 8 Minky on 5. Oh, feels like we could be getting some solves here. And there's first off, Lupine has solved and managed to get 50 points. That's securing victory for himself there. Under a minute to go now. Still plenty of points available. Could make a difference for second and third. They're still in contention. Oni's found 5 now. Lots of 4s cropping up here. Any more 5s? Any 6s? Innes still stuck on 5. 8 Minky is the second to solve, finding all 6, getting 45 points. Very well played there, 8 Minky. Coda's up to 4, Zeus on 3, Oni still on 5, SM Midi is on 5, Innes still on 5, G. Eisen's on 4, Clive 4, Apodo's on 4, Broken Hyperlink 4, Tyson 4, Score on 4. There's another solve. Innes has found all 6, getting up to 40 there. Very well played, Innes, getting himself 40 points. Elite has now found 5. Ben in Sweden has found 5. Someone else has solved. Mendez has found all 6, getting 35. Oni has now found all 6, getting 30 points. 25 points if you solve now. 15 seconds left, coming to the end of the sting. Time for a couple more goes if you're fast. Elite's on 5, Zeus on 5, chance for one more, Clive on 5, ABB on 5, brand new Halo 5, Gunner on 5, and no one else going to get 6, and we will settle with just the 6. 5 players solving there, very well played. The correct answers: Knuckles Chaotix, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Mania, Sonic and the Black Knight, and Sonic Lost World. Those were the correct answers that you needed to give. Wow. Well,
We purposely made that one hard. No easy ones like Sonic 1 and Sonic 3. We wanted to really test you.
Black Sonic and the Black Knight is considered I think, was it a 3D platform or a 2D?
I believe it's I think it's a 3D platform. We did thoroughly check all of these, using the best of sources, Wikipedia.
We did throw a couple out because it said this is an action adventure, and then the first sentence of the next paragraph was this is a platform, and so I thought, well, let's not. Yeah. Let's just be safe on that and make sure that they're definitely all platformers. Well, that was Red Herrings. I hope you all had fun. And lovely to see some new faces here. But third place and winning HUD's third place.
Third place winning Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing.
With 89 points is 8 Minky. 2 points ahead with 91 and winning.
Sonic Adventure DX.
Is only 91_573, but the winner with quite a sizable lead with 130 points and winning.
Sonic Mania with the Encore DLC.
With 130 points is the Lupine One. GG Lupine, GG indeed, and we'll get those codes over to you, top 3, in due course. Lupine, Oni, and Ape. Thank you all very much for playing. I hope you enjoyed that and had a good time with that. We're going to take a microscopically short break just while I get the next game set up. We're going to play Risky Business next, and then the Race of the Century over on Huds' channel in just a few minutes. Oh, there's another great big noise that I didn't make happen. Mendez, thank you very much for the Tier 1 subscription. Welcome to the fam and enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. Lovely to have you. And the emotes that you get with them. Thank you very much for the support. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. Just a point to note, I was giving answers but didn't get pinged by the bot. It's possible, Tej, that you weren't giving 6 characters in your answer. That's the only way it wouldn't do that. As far as I can tell. I'll go and check the bot account after the stream and see what comes up. James Tiberius, thank you very much for the follow right there. Welcome on in. So sit tight, because right after the break we are going to be playing Risky Business, another Sonic theme game. SM Midi with the Prime subscription for 3 months. Thank you very much for the support there, SM Midi. Continue enjoying ad-free viewing and the emotes that you get with them. Lupine 1 is the winner. We're going to take a very, very short break. We will be back with more Sonic quizzing right after this break. We'll be playing Risky Business. Congratulations, though, again to Lupine. Stay right there, and we'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to hide Huds' camera because he's just sort of sat there at the moment. See you in a few, everybody. Good evening and welcome back. My face won't appear until I press the magic button, but you'll have to imagine my voice coming out of Huds' camera up there, up top. First of all, Arg, thank you so much for that raid, and welcome raiders. You signing for me, Huds?
Yeah, basically.
Welcome raiders, you are just in time for our second Sonic-themed quiz game, Risky Business. It's an interactive quiz game that you can play along with at home. I'm seeing 115 people in chat at the moment, and if that number of people join the game, then it stands to reason the game might break. I haven't tested it with that many people. I really hope it doesn't. It's been tested with upwards of 70, so hopefully we'll be good. But welcome to you all. It's lovely to have you here. I am Royal Flush, so you can't see me until I press the magic button. And up there is Hud601. I'm a quiz and game show host and occasional Sonic speedrunner, and Huds is a proper Sonic speedrunner.
Define proper.
Has world records. Actually, no, that doesn't make one proper. That
Irrelevant world records.
Irrelevant world records. Yeah, we're Huds has been raising money for Bristol Pride all month, and to cap that off and to celebrate Sonic's 30th birthday, we've got a bit of a combo stream tonight. We've got a Sonic-themed quiz of Risky Business. This is a game of my own invention, and then after this, we're going to be raiding over to Huds' channel, and he and I are going to be racing Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 for the title of Ultimate Casual runner of Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, possibly. If you are just joining us here on the stream, two things that you need to know if you're going to take part in the game. You need to whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot. That's the account that's asking all the questions, because answers typed into public chat won't be processed. And also, you need to keep your eye on the chat, because if you've got a little bit of latency, the question will be in the chat before it appears on the screen. Before we open the lobby, though, Huds has something he would like to say to you all.
In the last game, the final question of the game asks you to identify the 6 games that are considered 2D or 3D platformers. And despite extensive research lasting at least half an hour on Wikipedia, the knowledge of all the universe, it would appear that despite not being listed in with the 3D and 2D platformers, the very first thing it says about Tails' Adventure, if I get this back up a second, is... Where has it got? Oh, I'm really sorry to anyone that this tripped up. Where's Tails' Adventure? Let me read this out for you. Tails' Adventure is a platform game developed by published by Sega. And we had it listed as not because it's not in the list, so I apologise for anyone that one tripped up. But hey, our game, our rules, our decision is final. It's an RPG, not a platform game. So yeah.
Well, that was the thing you said to me, that's an RPG game, and I sort of said, oh really, a Sonic RPG? How about that? And
he collects items and goes on an adventure and throws bombs.
I would call that RPG, but apology has been issued now, and I echo Huds' sentiments. Sincere apologies. On a serious note, I do like to pride myself over on this channel on veracity of questions, and occasionally the odd error does slip through, so huge apologies for that. We'll make up for it with a game of Risky Business, and if you would like to play Risky Business, and hopefully the lobby doesn't crash, and welcome to all of the new people joining us, all the new followers as well. Welcome. It's lovely to have you here. Do join in with the game, either for fun, playing along at home, or if you want to join in with the lobby, you'll need to whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot, and the thing you will need to whisper is the lobby code, which is, don't break, hooray, CMIZ, and here I am, hello, come on in. Tell that, why have I gone off that profile? I need that profile open.
So we are about to find out whether this was actually developed by you or developed by Sega on the basis of whether or not it crashes.
If it crashes, then it's good, and it's me.
I mean, it'll be 2 for 2 at that point, and it'll be a proper Sonic night then.
That would have been good. Yeah, oh, red herrings crashing at the top of the night, what was that all about? Ack. Anyway,
I'm really worried about the questions coming up now.
Well, that's what it does to you if you find an error, a fact error in a question, and then you end up sort of second guessing your own knowledge on the rest of the game. But I'm pretty sure this one is solid. He said.
Like I said, extensive research lasting at least half an hour.
Extensive research on the last one as well, and I was pretty sure the last one was solid too, to be fair. While we're getting people into the lobby, Huds, do you want to say a little word about the prizes up for grabs in this game?
Oh, I would indeed. So for this game, we do have yet more prizes for first, second and third. So there's your little incentive, especially if you've just come over from Argix Raid. Get involved with this lovely little quiz we have for you, because there are prizes for top 3. It's all Sonic themed as well. So especially the people from Argix side, you have an advantage. In third place, you could win Sonic 3D Blast. Oh yeah, we're going all the way back to the 2D platformers here. Enough said about platformers. For second place... If you finish in second place, we will give you a copy on Steam of Sonic CD. And our top prize, not just 1, not 2, technically not even 3, but 4 games. We will give you Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles together if you win this game of Risky Business. The whole original classic trilogy could be yours.
That is what you are competing for tonight, but the only way to win them is to come and join the lobby and play the game. All the rules will be explained as we go. And much like with Red Herrings, this is a very simple game in terms of question input. It's a single letter to Persephone's Twitch bot. That's all you need to type in, usually A through E. Apart from round 2, which is more than 1 letter, but we'll get there. And round 3, which is A or B, but we'll get there as well. So, lots of prizes up for grabs. It's a nice, chill, fun game, easy to pick up and play, and it is all Sonic themed, though the nature of the game, those of you who've played it before from my community will know that there's a little bit of easing into the questions, certainly in round 1, and I'll say more about that in a minute. I'll give you till the end of this loop if you want to come and join the lobby, which means I will probably give you one more loop after that. For the duration of this round, Huds is going to be my risky acquaintance, which sounds rude. My risky acquaintance, as opposed to my pointless friend. Huds is going to be my risky acquaintance, who is going to be furnishing me with lots of details, because this isn't an autoplay game. I can sort of set the questions up as and when we want them to go up. So a few more seconds to come and join the lobby. There's still people joining, I see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, 32, 35 players in at the moment. Ooh. Yes, my risque acquaintance. 35 players in the game, and lovely again to see a mixture of communities, both mine and Hud's and Arg's community. And again, Arg, thank you very much for that raid. And if you're sticking around from Arg's raid, do make yourselves comfortable and make yourselves known in the chat. There's some new names have come up. I restarted the chat tracker because it stopped picking up names. So it's Sotley and JY, and hello to Huds and Argic and Ape and Brand New Halo, G-Isons and Lupine, Innis, and if I've said your name already, I might be saying it again. And to Hodders, to Tease, Tyson Bain, Yellowtail, Cheesy Babe, I think that might be a new name. Welcome to you. Score Count, Zan and Topper 1, Remag Zelo, welcome to you. Ben in Sweden, Mendez, Juice Man, Nightbot's here, that's always a good start. SM Midi, Zephyr, Elites, Flying Fox, Reese Wynn, James Tiberius, ABMe, Zeus, Naked Grandma, good lord, Binary. 1100000011011110. Welcome to you. Car and Oni and Cool and Kegler, Oh Hey, Aiden Hawk, LV Creed, Sparrow Castle, Maxio, Guitar Rocks, all of you, welcome to the stream. It is lovely to have you here. And anyone else who is just watching and hasn't said anything, the bot only picks you up when you say something in chat. But very warm welcome to you all. Right. We're up to nearly 36. We are up to 36. I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9, 18, 27, 36. So the last call to get into the game, and then we are going to play Risky Business. 37.
Come on, let's make it 40. Who hasn't
40
joined?
40 would be good. 40 would be nice.
Come on, it's lots of fun. You'll enjoy this.
You'll have a good time. And one thing I will also say at this game, even if you only want to play a couple of questions, you must join at the start of the game, like at this point now. You can't join midway in the lobby. Okay, so make sure you get in plenty of time. And you've got about 20 seconds now, because I think the loop is coming to an end. 38 is a good number to have. Welcome to you all. And this is a slap. Join now or forever hold your peace. Absolutely. Last call to join. Last call, and then we'll get on with risky business. And again, make sure, just to reiterate what we said before, we're all playing for fun here, so don't ruin the fun by Googling the answers. Make sure you keep your eye on the chat if you've got a little bit of latency, because chat is king with regard to when the question is live. And make sure you're whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot and not putting your answers in public chat. That is all she wrote, and we are going to lock it there at 38 players. Welcome to you. We're going to play risky business. And there you all are over on the right-hand side in a beautiful array of colours. Welcome to all of you. So, risky business. Time for some rules of risky business. This is another original made by Persephone's Chair, which is my sort of umbrella company, I suppose, for all the interactive quiz show games that I make. That we play here, shameless plug, on Tuesday and Saturday nights and Thursday afternoons, right here, twitch.tv/royal_flush. And if you enjoy what you see, then do feel free to give us a follow and come back another time. Right, there's the advert over. Let's get on with the game. Round 1 is... And a follow noise. Thank you very much for the follow, Danger Mouse Dan. Welcome to the stream. Round 1 is favourable odds. Those are the instructions there. I will read them to you just in case you can't read, or in case it has a lot to take in. Hopefully I'll explain it a little bit better when I say it in words. So you get a question and 5 options. More than one of the options may be a correct answer, but you only need to submit 1 for each question. So that's the first thing. There'll be lots of correct answers, but you only need to submit 1. The number of correct answers reduces with each question, whilst the amount of points you score increases. So in question 1, 4 out of 5 of the answers will be right. If you give me one of those right answers, you get 2 points. The next question, there'll only be 3 correct answers. If you give me one of those right, you get 3 points, and so on. Answering a question incorrectly at any time, and this is the key for this one, will reduce your score to 0. So it's a bit of a wipeout game. Okay, so if you're not sure and you don't want to guess, you can abstain. You don't wipe out your score if you abstain. For the first 3 questions, certainly abstaining will not affect your score. So far, so standard. Get it right, you get some points, and there's lots of correct answers. Get it wrong, and you reset to 0. Now, to play question 4, you must choose to risk your points when prompted. If you don't want to play, you do nothing, and your score will be banked. As we say, leave it blank if you want to bank. Question 4 has 5 options, but only 1 correct answer. And the kicker for question 4 is you only see the options before you have to make your decision. You don't see the question until after you've made that decision to bank or risk, hence risky business. And if you pick the right answer on that last question, then you double your points, but otherwise you again reset to 0. Also worth noting that if you do choose to risk on question number 4, abstaining is treated as a wrong answer. So if you are going to risk, you have to give it a go, because if you abstain, you're wiped out to 0 anyway. So those are the rules of the game. There's 3 sets of 4 questions in this first round and a maximum of 60 points available. Lots of fun. I hope you enjoy it as well. So round 1 is favourable odds. Get Persephone's Twitch spot at the ready to whisper a single letter to her. Only the letter, not the full answer. The answers appear before the questions, and keep your eye on the chat. Good luck, have fun. Here is question number 1. Options are Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, Sonic R, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Name a game that had an original release on the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis. 4 of those answers are right. You get 2 points if you find one of them. You only need to type 1 answer. Don't give me more than 1. Might as well have a go at this first one. There's nothing really to lose at this point.
Nice easy one to settle you in.
Nice easy one, and everyone who attempted did give me a correct answer. Sonic R, which is of course a racing game. No, that wasn't what the question was at all, Ben. Shut up. Sonic R, which was originally released... I don't know why I'm even trying to do the factoids. I haven't got them in front of me. I'm going to go to my pointless friend Huds up at the top. Who's not pointless, but...
Sonic R was originally released on the Sega Saturn. Originally released on the Sega Saturn. All the others came out on the Sega Mega Drive, or the Genesis if you're from the US.
There we go. I think I played it on the PC first of all, but well done. 2 points if you got that. So if you've got points on the board, you are going to be at risk if you attempt the next question. Where we'll go to now. Remember this one, only 3 of the options are correct. You don't have to play, but if you want to, the options are Wild Canyon, Bridge Zone, Lava Powerhouse, Diamond Dust Zone, Sylvania Castle Zone. Name a zone that features second in the game it is in. And Flying Fox, it may have been eaten by Twitch. Occasionally that happens. Do try again on this question. But there you go. I see the answer's got food this time. Oh, a few people wiping out there. I'm going to call you
Zephyr.
Zeph, okay, Zeph. I'll go with Zeph. Zeph, Midi, and Brand New Hater giving a wrong answer and wiping out. But lots of people giving me, if you've gone green, you gave me a correct answer. Getting yourself 3 points, 50% going for Bridge Zone, 10% go for Lava Powerhouse, 10% go for Wild Canyon. Wrong answers there, Sylvania Castle and Diamond Dust. Huds.
Yeah, so Bridge Zone appeared second in Sonic 1 SMS on the Sega Master System. Lava Powerhouse, the second zone in Sonic Spinball. Wild Canyon is from Sonic Adventure 2. The two incorrect answers. Sylvania Castle Zone appeared in Sonic 4, and it was the first level of the game. I think it was episode 2, Sylvania Castle, from memory. And Sonic 3D Blast, Diamond Dust Zone is the fourth level of that one.
There we go. So lots of players on 5, but of course it gets harder as we go on to the next question. Only 2 correct answers, but 5 points if you can find one of them. No penalty for abstention, but if you want to play, your options are Sarah Natacheni, Jim Carrey, Jaleel White, Ryan Drummond, Troy Baker. Name an actor who has provided the voice for Sonic in any media. Remember, you don't have to play. If you're playing it wrong, you wipe out to 0. It's worth saying, if you don't have any points going into question 4, you have nothing to risk, and if you can't risk anything, you can't play it. Worth bearing that in mind. Wrong answers, Sarah Natacheni, Jim Carrey and Troy Baker. Correct answers, Jaleel White and Ryan Drummond. Number of players here on 10 points. Flying Fox on 8, it's Sotley on 7, Zeph on 5, and a lot of people abstaining from that one, sticking to 5 or 2, but quite a few players wiping out. Huds, tell us some more.
Yeah, a little bit of a tricky one, that one. Jaleel White voiced him in the TV series, and Ryan Drummond voiced him in various games, including things like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Heroes. As for the others, Jim Carrey, you would have seen him as Dr. Evo Robotnik in the latest Sonic movie.
Troy Baker, I think, was he Nathan Drake in Uncharted? Or was that the other one? Nolan North. I get Troy Baker and Nolan North. I always get them mixed up. Sarah Natacheni, you might recognise the game. She is the voice of Ash Ketchum in Pokemon. So, question number 4. You have to choose to risk your points. And now remember, if you risk and get it right, you double your points. But if you risk and get it wrong or abstain, you wipe out to 0. If you don't risk this question, you can't play it, but your points are safe and put into the bank, and then they can't be touched again. But you don't see the question, you only see the options. So R into the chat if you want to risk. If you want to bank, leave it blank. Options are Hud601, Nacho Autista, Zaxxon96, Ben in Sweden, Mushy SR. Bank or risk? Couple of people going in for a risk here. As I say, I'm not surprised to see, I can't see any of my community actually at the moment having a risk on this question. Not many people risking here at all, just the 8 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool, Remag, Tej, Zephyrus, Flying Fox, Broken Hyperlink, James Tiberius, and Elite are risking. Everybody else putting points into the bank.
Zephyrus again?
I know. That's going to be a thing now. Sorry, Zeph.
Zeph, your name's changed forever.
Everybody else has got points put into the bank. You can't play this question, but those points are safe. Lots of players on 10. Sorry, Zeph. Sorry, mate. It looks like Zephyrus from here. But if you have risked on this question, abstaining or getting it wrong will reset you to 0. Answering correctly will double your points. So, best of luck to all of you. Here is the question that goes with those answers. Name the current world record holder of Sonic 3 Air, New Game Plus, Glitched Sonic and Tails. There's a wrong answer from Remag, and from Cool, and from Flying Fox. Tej has got that. Zeph's got it wrong. Elite has got it wrong. Oh, only Tej getting it. It's Huds. Huds has got it. That was correct at the time of writing yesterday. I'm assuming it's still correct now. Has it been broken in the last 24 hours?
It is still correct. So yes, I currently hold this particular world record, possibly my only relevant world record. Mushy is actually second on the board. Ben is third. Soccerman is fourth. Nacho is fifth. Zaxxon does not feature on this particular board.
You do not show, Zaxxon. And
I'd like to point out as well, I didn't write that question.
no, that was one of mine. That one was one of mine. Yeah, that was a me question, but it is HUD 601, our pointless friend up in the top right. So unfortunately, everyone apart from Tej who risked there getting reset to 0, but Tej doubling up to 10 points. Let's put those points in the bank. So at the end of that first set of questions, lots of players on 10 points right there. The top 10, Cheesy Babe, Minky, LV Creed, G. Isons, Kegler, Bennett Sweden, Oni, Car, Tej and Innis all on 10 points. A few people on 5, a couple on 2 and lots of people on 0, but don't worry, still plenty of questions to go. Exactly the same format. There's 2 more sets of 4 questions. So once again, 4 correct answers here. 2 points if you can find one of them. Options are Slicer, Poindexter, Aquis, Jaws, Chop Chop. Name a badnik that looks like an aquatic creature. 4 of these are right, you only need one of them. Just a reminder, if you've got no points after the points go in the bank, you might as well attempt the question if you've got no risk. There's no point abstaining on those ones. Ohei going for Slicer there. Everybody else picking one of the correct answers, with 50% going for Jaws. Huds, tell us all about these badniks.
Yeah, so Slicer is the praying mantis from Sonic 2. You'll see him in Metropolis Zone, which you'll see us play a little bit later on tonight.
Yes, so Poindexter is... I'll come back to that one. Aquis is the flying seahorse from Oil Ocean. Jaws, I think, is the fish in Labyrinth. And Chop Chop is the jumpy one in Emerald Hill in Sonic 2. What's Poindexter?
Poindexter is the spiky one that inflates in Hydrocity or Hydro City Zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Good save. Sorry, there's a private joke there that will become clear later on. Yes, the blowfish there. Right, lots of people with points. Let's not put them into the bank because we're going on to the second question. 3 correct answers here, 3 points if you can find one. Have a look. Sky Sanctuary Zone, City Escape, Oil Ocean Zone, Green Hill Zone, Lava Reef Zone. Name a level that was recreated for Sonic Generations. This is... Which way do I need to point on this camera? That way. This is
there you go.
It's pretty annoying because my monitor's actually there.
Just point in all directions.
YMCA. Right. Green Hill Zone was the most popular answer there, 40% going for that. Innis, G.I.'s and Sparrowcastle and Cool wiping out on that one, going for either Oil Ocean or Lava Reef, which were incorrect. Huds, tell us some more.
Yeah, so all 3 of the correct answers there appeared in Sonic Generations. Oil Ocean and Lava Reef were recreated for Sonic Mania.
There we go. On to the next one then. 2 correct answers to this next question. 5 points if you can find one. Remember, you don't have to play. You can abstain. Lots of players with 5 points of risk here. A huge amount of players getting 2 for 2, but this is the one where it could get a bit trickier. Take a look. Options are refried beans, onions, ketchup, jalapenos, mustard. Name a canonical topping on Sonic's chili dogs according to Sonic Retro.
Careful attention to the question.
Lots of players wiping out just before there is question. There's some people looking at all the wipeouts happening there and going, I'm not touching that. I'm going nowhere near that question. Innis, Car, Oni, G. Eisen, Score Count, Zanon, Juiceman, James Tiberius, Brand New Halo, Ohei, Remag, Sparrowcastle, and Binary, all wiping out on that question. Very well done to Cool, Fly Fox, Broken Hyperlink, Zephyrus, I've done it again, Zeph, Elites, Mintezi, Zeus, and Tej, who all went for one of the correct answers, either onions or jalapenos. Huds, can you explain this question and why it's a bit of a tricky one?
Yeah, so Sonic's love of chili dogs was probably most prominent in the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog TV show. It didn't actually become canon in the games until Sonic Unleashed. According to Sonic Retro, the canonical toppings for it is a frankfurter, a meat sauce, onions, and jalapenos. Mustard, ketchup, and refried beans do not make an appearance, according to Sonic Retro.
Rip if you've just wiped out there, but there are a number of players who are on 10 here, all the players at the top in green on 10, and then quite a few 5s and LV Creed on... Is that LV Creed or Lou Creed? Love Creed? Lou Creed. Lou Creed. I'm going to go Lou Creed on 3. So you guys will have the choice to either bank or risk on this next question. Remember, R if you want to risk, leave it blank. If you want to bank, the bank will put the points safe and they can't be touched. But if you risk, you must give me an answer. Abstaining is treated as wrong. Double points if you can find the one correct answer out of these options, which are Starlight Zone, Flying Battery Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, Scrap Brain Zone, Labyrinth Zone. Bank or risk? A little bit more risk happening here.
Seeing a lot of the Sonic speedrunners risking this one.
So yeah, a few of my community have poked their head around the door for this one. They think they might have a go at this one. So we've got 14 players choosing to risk here. Remember, abstaining is treated as wrong here. You must give me an answer. Everyone else, your points have gone into the bank. And Kegler Coach currently in the lead of the banked players with 15. Best of luck. Here is your question. Name a zone that does not feature fire-based obstacles. Lupine's wrong. Leaks has got there. Zeph's got there. Yellowtail's got there. LB Creed? No answer. So, very curious to see where you've gone here. The tied most popular answer was Labyrinth Zone. People thinking maybe because it's underwater. 5% going for Starlight Zone, 2.5% for Scrap Brain Zone. Nobody going for Flying Battery, but 13.2% of the players going for Chemical Plant Zone, which was the correct answer. Huds, explain the fire in these zones.
Yeah, so let's start with Flying Battery. If you've played through Flying Battery Zone, it has the fiery springs. It has the little spring objects that can also be buttons. Shoots fire out either side. Starlight Zone in Sonic 1 has the fireball shooters, as does Labyrinth Zone. That's the one that might have tripped most people up, and looking at the percentages, it did. If you think about the boss climb, there's fire from there. In the little lion head fireball spitters, yeah. Scrap Brain Zone has the fiery pipes. Chemical Plant is the correct answer. No fire-based objects there.
And full disclosure, that is probably my favourite question that I wrote for tonight. Aiden keeps saying he enjoyed the process of elimination, so I'm glad you did. I'm glad that's that's found an audience. Right, so let's put those points into the bank if you've earned any. Zeus is sitting atop the board at the moment with 25, Elite with 20, Zeph with 20, 8 Minky with 20, Kegler Coach with 15, It's Otley with 12. Still a few players yet to score, but we've got 4 more questions in this format for the end of round 1. Once again, 4 correct answers here out of 5. You only need one of them, 2 points if you can find one of them. Options are orange, white, green, yellow, blue. Name a colour of Chaos Emerald in Sonic 1.
And you might as well answer this one.
You might as well have a go on this one. 80% chance of hitting a right answer. I think that's everyone who's actually in live play. I've not seen Aiden Hawk and Guitar Rocks answer a question yet. So everyone getting a correct answer and avoiding the wrong answer, which was orange. Huds.
Yeah, so Sonic 1 only featured 6 Chaos Emeralds, of which orange was not one of them. And in Sonic 2, they upped it to 7 by adding the Cyan Emerald.
Okay, so yeah, remember what Huds just said, because there's a free question for you later on if you were paying attention. maybe not. I shouldn't have said it. I'll draw attention to it now. Stupid Ben, shut up. Oh well, on we go. Let's move on rapidly. Question number 2. 3 correct answers here. 3 points if you can find one of them. Options are Rusty Relic, Gene Gadget, Panic Puppet, Desert Dust, Volcano Valley. Name a zone from Sonic 3D Blast. Oh, yeah, a few people slipping up here, wiping out their scores. Still got time to rebuild on the next question, though, if you like. A couple of people look like they may be abstaining here. Maxio Cool and SM MIDI sitting this question out. Gene Gadget, Panic Puppet, and Volcano Valley were the options you could have had. Rusty Relic and Desert Dust were the wrong answers. Huds.
Yeah, so a little bit of trying to trip you up here. All the zones in Sonic 3D Blast have alliteration. The first and the last part of their names use the same letter. It's not Rusty Relic, it's Rusty Ruin, and it's not Desert Dust. We had this earlier on tonight, it's Diamond Dust. So try and trip you up with that. But Gene Gadget, Panic Puppet, and Volcano Valley, all legitimate 3D Blast zones.
Lovely stuff. Other ones you could have had Green Grove. Green Grove?
Yeah, Green Grove.
Green Grove. Spring Stadium?
Spring Stadium being the other one, yeah.
Are there only 5?
I think that's all of them.
Diamond Dust, Rusty Ruin, 7.
Yeah.
Adds up.
I should know, I've been
out.
playing 3D and 2D.
We should know these things. On we go then. Last one where you can accumulate some risk before you have to decide to risk. So if you want 0, you need to give me a right answer here if you want a chance at risking. Only 2 correct answers to this one, but 5 points if you can find one. Options are Sonic Rush, Sonic Forces, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Mania, Sonic Generations. Name a game in which Super Emeralds appear. If you're on 0, you might as well have a go. Sonic Rush, Sonic Forces, and Sonic Generations were all incorrect. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the most popular answer, 50% of players going for that one. And Sonic Mania, I think only one person going for Sonic Mania, but also a right answer. Huds, were there Super Emeralds just in Sonic 3 and Sonic Mania?
As far as I can tell, certainly given these answers, yeah. Sonic 3 and Knuckles where they feature most prominently, only when you have both Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles locked on together, and they allow the hyper forms of Sonic and Knuckles and the super form of the Tails. They do appear in Sonic Mania, but in their broken shell of a form. So they do make an appearance, although they can't be used. Interestingly, though, they first appeared in the Archie comics in issue number 71, and Sonic uses them to transform into Super Sonic, Ultrasonic, Solar Sonic, Polar Sonic, and Eco Sonic based on his environment.
So that is that point. He's just Dr. Manhattan at that point. I mean, he's blue, so it would work. If you've got some points on the board, some risk accumulated, you can decide whether or not to bank or risk on this next question. That's everyone down to Cool in position 29. A lot of players on 10 again. Remember, you don't see the question and you can't abstain if you choose to risk. If you don't want to risk, leave it blank. Your points will be put safely into the bank. Options are breezy, freezy, gusty, windy, rainy, bank or risk. Some of you maybe got an inkling of where this question is going. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Maybe it's going to be a rug pull. Who knows? Car, SM Midi, Flying Fox, James Tiberius are all risking. And only the 4 of them, everybody else putting points safely into the bank. Zeus, Alit, and Zeph are currently atop with 30, and are going to remain atop because maximum that can be gotten out of this is 20 from Flying Fox and James Tiberius. If they give a correct answer, they'll put 20 into the bank. Best of luck, you 4. Here is the question. Name Dr. Robotnik's female hedgehog secret agent. Car not wasting any time here. Neither Flying Fox wasting much. SM Midi has aired. James Tiberius needs to give an answer, and abstention is wrong. Oh, and we've gone the wrong way. You hate to see it. Wiping out. Breezy was the answer. One of you going for Freezy, one of you going for Rainy. Huds, tell us more about Breezy.
I had a lot of fun writing this particular question. So, Breezy appears in the original TV series Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. One of the first 3 episodes, I can't remember whether it's episode 1, 2, or 3, I think it's episode 3. It's the episode Love Sick Sonic. It does make a return later on in the series, but yeah, brings Sonic under her spell, doing dirty work for Dr. Robotnik until she actually falls in love with him, and then they team up together to fight off Dr. Robotnik.
Until Amy Rose comes along when Sonic goes and does a Matt Hancock. Is that gonna become a new colloquialism for cheating on your wife and breaking distancing regulations? Is doing a Hancock? God, I hope not. Right, that is the end of the first round. We're going to put those points in the bank and check out the scores. Well, my goodness, my gracious, my goodness. My goodness, we've got a three-way going on between Zeus, between Zeus, Elite, and Zeph, all on 30 points at the top of this board at the end of the first round. 8 Minky in second with 25, and we've got like a 10-way going on here. Tej, Carr, Ben in Sweden, G. Isons, Luke Reed, Cheesy Babe, and Flying Fox all on 20 points, tied in third. That's a lot of keys we're going to be giving out if that is how it persists for the rest of the game. Hopefully we'll look to break those ties as we go on. Let's go on to round number 2. Round 2 is called The Board Game. You'll be presented with a question and 9 options. Anything from 4 to 7 of the options may be a correct answer, but we're not going to tell you how many, because where's the fun in that? Kind of similar to the last round of Red Herrings, if you've just played that one. Similar in a way, but we don't know. You don't know how many there are going to be, and it's only 9 altogether. Submit as many options as you like within 60 seconds. Syntax here is unimportant. Unlike with Red Herrings, it has to be exact here. You can choose to separate your answers with letters. Your answer letters with either commas or spaces or full stops, or not at all. If you prefer, you can just do a single string. Also, you can do them one at a time. So you go A, enter, B, enter, C, enter, or you can go A, B, C, enter. Either is fine. It will process them either way, but you've got to give at least one answer before the 60 seconds are up. And again, you're just submitting the letters of the answers rather than the full name of the answer, the full word of the answer. For each correct answer you submit, you get 5 points, but beware, if you give any incorrect answers at all, you get nothing for the board. So how many are you confident with? This is the one where you've got to think, I'm confident on that, I'm confident on that. If you're a bit behind, you might want to take a bit more of a risk. The clue's in the name, risky business. Your scores are banked after each board, however, so if you get 3 on the first one, 15 points straight into the bank after the board. There's 3 boards in this round, and depending on the number of correct answers, there's anything between 60 and 105 points up for grabs. So, round 2 is the board game. During this round, because this is a sort of self-running for 60 seconds, I'm going to let Huds do some banter with you while I go grab myself a drink. Options for the first of the board game are Chopper, Frogger, Rhinobot, Nebula, Burrowbot, Buzz Bomber, Neutron, Motobug, Spiker. Identify the badniks that first featured in Sonic 1. I shall return in a couple of seconds.
I have control of his stream. So yeah, which badniks first appeared in Sonic 1? The original, the best. The one we'll play later.
I'm not sure I'd say, Chris. Having been speedrunning Sonic 2 recently, I'm enjoying speedrunning Sonic 2 a lot more than I've enjoyed Sonic 1, not gonna lie.
To be honest, I didn't enjoy Sonic 1, so, you know. Time is almost up. Get your answers in. You may as well answer. Nothing to lose here. Is that more Prosecco, I see?
White wine, Oyster Bay, Sauvignon Blanc. Wow, not many people getting points here. Only 11 people managing to cash out points. Carr and Score getting just 1 correct answer. Sparrow, Yellowtail, LV Creed, 8 Minky getting 2. Broken Hyperlink, Remag, Maxio getting 3. Xanon and Flying Fox getting 4. There were 5 available up there on the board. I've just had a wet boy come in, haven't we? Hello, boy. Have you been outside? Kitty on the stream. There's a big Chungus here.
Oh, you know, cute.
He's a big boy. He's not very happy about being held, though, are you? No, you're not. A wet catto. Yes, a big wet cat. Sorry, Ozzy. I'm going to go put you back on the table so you can continue cleaning yourself. In fury. Right, Huds, talk to us about the right and wrong answers that we had there.
Yeah, absolutely. Motobug, Buzz Bomber, Chopper, Burrowbot, Neutron, all part of Sonic 1. However, Spiker and Nebula feature in Sonic 2, Frogger was in Sonic Chaos, and Rhinobot is in Sonic 3 in Angel Island.
Very well done. If you ended up with some points there, bad luck if you wiped out. They're not losing anything. We're going to put those points into the bank right now. Flying Fox now taking the lead with 40 points. 8 Minky now in a clear second with 35. And 5-way between Luke Reed, Zeph, Xanon, Elite, and Zeus at the moment, all on 30. Another board coming in. 9 options available. Anything from 4 to 7 might be correct. Take a look. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 16-bit, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Advance, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Adventure, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 16-bit, Sonic the Hedgehog 8-bit, Sonic CD. Identify the Sonic games that were released in North America before they were released in Japan. So is this going to be a little or a lot, do you think? It's just starting to tick in now.
What could it be? What could it be?
Say the soundtrack to this game is a bop. I have to say, big fan of all the doo-wopping. Got percussion on my face. Ozzy, please don't lick the potato.
Lick the potato. Potato licking is
I know
good.
there's a potato on the kitchen table, I've no idea why. Here come the ticks! Whoa! Look at this! Only 4 cashing out points here. Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and the 2 Sonic the Hedgehog 1s, the 8-bit and the 16-bit, the only correct answers. Only 4 available answers here. Lupine, Cheesy Babe, Remag getting 2 of them. It's Sotley getting 3 of them, and everyone else finding at least 1 wrong answer. I was surprised actually when I looked these up, but I did double check all of these. Huds, tell us a little bit more about the US and or the North American and the Japan release dates.
Yeah, so let's start off with Sonic the Hedgehog 16-bit. That was released in North America June 23rd, 1991, and Japan July 26th, 1991. What did we have next? Sonic the... that was Sonic the Hedgehog 16-bit, the first one. Sonic the Hedgehog 8-bit was released in North America October 25th, 91, Japan December 28th, 91. Sonic 3 was released in North America 2nd of February 94, Japan 27th of May 94, and Sonic 3D Blast had a big gap between it. North America on the 7th of November 96, Japan on the 14th of October 1999. All the other games came out in Japan first.
So there we go. Japan obviously usually getting the advanced release of these, but a mixture of both the classics and the more modern Sonic games, and there's no set pattern to them as far as we can see. Let's put those points in the bank. Flying Fox maintaining the lead at the moment. Remag and 8 Minky in second with 35, and It's Sotley in third with 32. We've got one more board for you. This is one of mine, and I quite like this one. And I will preface this by saying, when I looked this up and compiled the answers, I was a little bit surprised. Options are The Sims, FIFA, Call of Duty, Star Wars, Grand Theft Auto, The Legend of Zelda, Tomb Raider, Pokemon, Lego. Identify the video game franchises that have sold more units than the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise.
Ooh, this one's a real toughie. Which have been more popular in terms of sales?
And to qualify, we're talking only about the video game ones. There are some things here which are multimedia and featuring different aspects of media. We're only counting units that are games from within that franchise. Okay, last 20 seconds. A few people are still waiting on an answer. 4. People maybe typing more than one go rather than one at a time. Anybody going to get some last answers in? Here come the ticks. Fear from Broken Hyperlink. There's time. Okay, more people getting points here, but still only about half, just under half. 17 players managing to cash out there. Score count going for the single 1. 8 Minky and Sparrow for 2. Ohei, Oni, Innis, Zanon, It's Sotley getting 3. Guitar Rocks, AB Me, Tej, Lupine, Broken Hyperlink, Cheesy Babe, Zeus all getting 4. And Brand New Halo and SM Midi, very well done on getting 5. There were 6 up there. And the one that's caught people out is not the one I thought would catch people out. I thought more people would be caught out by Tomb Raider. I thought lots of people go for Tomb Raider. I certainly probably would have done, but Tomb Raider didn't sell as many. But The Legend of Zelda catching quite a few of you out there has sold, I think 119 million was The Legend of Zelda, and Sonic's about 150. Huds will give you the facts in a minute. Most popular answer there was Pokemon, unsurprisingly. 81.6% of you getting the correct answer. Huds, can you give us a few more data points here?
Yeah, let's break this one down. So Sonic the Hedgehog franchise sits at 145.6 million sales. So the three incorrect ones: Star Wars is at 119 million, The Legend of Zelda at 117 million, Tomb Raider at the bottom here with 82 million. In terms of those that were above, and I'm going to have to try and cross-check these really, really quick, The Sims is at 200 million. What else do we have here? Lego is at 200 million as well. FIFA's at 325 million. Grand Theft Auto at 345 million. Pokemon at 380 million. And Call of Duty is at 400 million.
So the other one there that might have been a little bit of a red herring, wrong game I know, is Star Wars, even though they own a quarter of the universe at this point. The video game part of the Star Wars franchise is a relatively small part of it. And yeah, so those are your answers. Very well done. If you got some points, let's put them in the bank. That's the end of round 2. Zeus and Cheesy Babe getting very cozy together at the top on a nice round, 50 points each. It certainly takes second with 47, and we've still got a three-way going on between Xanon, 8Minky and Broken Hyperlink on 45. However, the final round, it is still open to anybody. There are enough points that theoretically anybody can still win. Let's go and have a look. It's quick paced. It's very, very, very fast, round 3. So I urge you to look at the chat and have your fingers at the ready. Let's go to round 3 now. Round 3 is called This or That. You'll be presented with a question and 2 options. One is correct and one is incorrect. Submit A or B within 7 seconds. Relatively straightforward. Answering a question correctly will give you increasingly more points. So the first correct answer gives you 1, the second gives you 2, and so on. If you get one wrong at any time, you reduce your score to 0 and reset your correct answer streak, and you have to rebuild up from 1. If you abstain, you bank the points that you've accumulated so far, but you also reset your streak. So in a way, it's a bit like the Weakest Link, if you ever saw that game. You bank the points, they become safe, but you start rebuilding from scratch. Because of the accumulation nature of this round, there are 15 questions, and it means there are 120 points technically available if you can answer all 15 without having to bank along the way. And this is one where the swings can get very, very dramatic as it goes up, and we could have a completely different winner. Again, all Sonic themed, but at 7 seconds it goes by very fast, so make sure you read the question and get your A or your B in as fast as you can. Good luck, have fun. Round 3, This or That, A or B, options are 2005, 2006. In which year was Sonic the Hedgehog released on the PlayStation 3? Nice easy one to start with there. 2006. Huds.
Yeah, commonly referred to as Sonic 06. It was meant to be kind of Sonic Adventure 3. Sadly, quite buggy for the casual player, but a very fun speedrun to do.
One of the very first PlayStation 3 games, if not a launch game, if I recall correctly. I'm normally about 5 years behind consoles. I only got a PS4 about two or 3 years ago. So, yeah, I'm not really up on consoles. But 2006 was the answer we wanted there. Lots of people getting a point of risk. On we go. No points going into the bank yet because it's the first question. On we go. Question 2. This or that, A or B, options are 14, 13. How many Chaos Emeralds are there in total in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2? Some people remembering what Hud said earlier on about there being 6 and 7, and 68.4% go for the correct answer of 13. Huds.
Yeah, so 6 Chaos Emeralds in the first one. As I said earlier, in Sonic 2 they added the Cyan Emerald to make a total of 7. So yep, 13.
13 altogether. Zeph, Maxio, Sparrow putting their single point into the bank. They're going to start rebuilding from 1. Number of people on a risk streak of 3. Let's put the points in the bank. And go on to question number 3. This or that, A or B, options are Tails, Sonic. Which word would score higher in Scrabble? A lot of people abstaining on that one. Sonic is the correct answer. Huds is going to give us the breakdown of the letters.
I can tell you that. I can tell you that Sonic scores 7 and Tails scores 5. I have no idea how much each of the letters are worth.
Well, Tails is 1 point per letter. Sonic is 1 point per letter, apart from the C, which is worth 3. So quite a few points going into the bank there. Lots of people putting 3 points of risk into the bank. 8Minky, Innis, Ohei, Tyson and Reese are all on the maximum risk streak at the moment of 6. Let's put any points into the bank that need to go there. Cheesy Babe has now got the top spot with 53, but Zeus has got 3 points of potential still in play. Let's go on. Question number 4. This or that, A or B. Options are James Marsden, Ben Schwartz. Who voices Sonic in the 2020 movie? More red than I thought we'd see there, actually. Ben Schwartz was the right answer. Why do you think people went wrong? What could they possibly have been confusing him with their HUDs?
James Marsden is also in the movie, plays one of the lead characters, Tom, that Sonic befriends, the police officer that catches him going over 300 miles an hour.
That's the one. So, Reese and LV and Kegler putting points of risk into the bank there. 8 Minky, Oh Hey Tyson still on a maximum risk streak of 10 at the moment. Let's put the points in the bank. And Cheesy Babe has still got the lead, but Zeus has got 6 points of risk, and 8 Minky is looking quite dangerous there with 10 points of risk and 45 in the bank. Could have a change around any time. Let's go on. Question 5. This or that. A or B. Options are Wisp, Rexon. Which badnik only appears in Aquatic Ruin Zone? Wow.
Ooh.
That's a lot of wrong answers. Not as many as more than I thought. 44% going for Rexon, only 26 going for Wisp, including Ohei and Tyson, who preserve that maximum risk streak, now on 15. 8 Minky and Zeus, Tej, SM Midi, Neki Grandma, and Deduce Man deciding to put the risk into the bank, and everyone else either on 0 or wiping out. So what's Wisp and what's Rexon, HUDs?
Yeah, Wisp are the little flying creatures that appear in groups of 3 in Aquatic Ruin Zone. Rexon's the little purple dinosaur that appears in Hilltop Zone.
So there you go, now you know. Right, points going into the bank. Let's see if that's changed the scores. Yes, Zeus has now taken the top spot with 56. 8 Minky banking there as well, takes second with 55. Cheesy Babe in third with 53. Notable that the highest player with any risk is Elites, but they've only got 33 in the bank. So could be all change at this point. The scores have been set. It's a little bit of a reset of the board, but keep an eye on Tyson and Ohei. They're quite far down the board, but they've got a lot of risk, and they could shoot up very fast as their scores tend to go up quite quickly if they're on a big accumulator. Let's go on to question 6. This or that, A or B. Options are 2009, 2008. Ice Cap Zone's music is based on the song Hard Times by the Jetsons. But which year was it released? Bit of a coin toss of a question. Unsurprising to see a lot of people putting points in the bank there. HUDs, do you want to tell us more about this? This was one of yours, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was long assumed that Ice Cap was based on a different song until the Jetsons released a compilation album of a lot of stuff they hadn't actually released before in 2008, and it was at that point we realised that Ice Cap's music was based on Hard Times, Brad Buxer being one of the members of that band. Interestingly, they actually re-released Hard Times on Sonic Blue Virgin Vinyl in 2020, and it had an Ice Cap background cover. The first time they've kind of semi-officially acknowledged that is what it was based on.
So, Tyson, Sparrow, Ben in Sweden, Reese, all putting points into the bank there. Let's see if that changes the scores. Innis and Kegler Coach now have the maximum risk streak of 3. Let's put the points in the bank. Zeus on the top with 56. 8 Minky second with 55, but with a point accumulated. Cheesy Babe in third with 53. Question 7, I think we're up to. This or that. A or B. Options are Hydrocity, Hydro City. How does HUDs pronounce the second level of Sonic 3 Air?
All question. Who was paying attention earlier?
For some godforsaken reason, he says Hydrocity.
It's Hydrocity!
Is it, though? Is it?
Yeah, like velocity. It's one word, just like velocity is, so it's Hydrocity.
To be fair, I called it Hydrocity for a very long time. It's only in recent years when I realised everybody else was calling it Hydro City that I switched back to that. So I could be swayed either way.
Fun fact about that one, though, I believe it's in Sonic Generations. I think it's in the level select, or it might be in the audio player. It's one of the first times I believe that they actually explicitly state Hydrocity as 2 separate words. It most likely is Hydro City, and it's just a translation error that they made it one word. But for me personally, I always my entire life called it Hydrocity. I do it very regularly on stream and in marathon runs, and you would have heard me do it earlier tonight as well. Before very quickly trying to correct myself.
Very nice indeed. Well, Innes and Kegler coach on the maximum risk streak of 6. 8 Minky putting points into the bank. Let's go on to question number 8. This or that, A or B, options are Naoto Oshima Yuji Naka, who was credited as the designer of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, you fall into Huds's trap.
I fear this one's going to be up for debate, but notice the wording of the question. Who's credited as the designer of Sonic the Hedgehog? Both Naoto Oshima and Yuji Naka are credited as the creators of Sonic the Hedgehog, but the designer was Naoto Oshima. Yuji Naka was the developer, the lead programmer of the Sonic games on the Sega Mega Drive. But it's Naoto Oshima who designed him.
So designed the character of Sonic. Very well done if you got that. And Kegler coach onto the maximum risk streak now of 10. Innes putting 6 points of risk into the bank. A lot of players wiping out there. Let's put the points in the bank. Zeus with 56 has the default lead because he's got 3 points of risk. 8 Minky also on 56, but no points of risk yet. Cheesy Babe in third with 53. Question number 9. 8 or 9 was next. 9, I think. What's the next question? 9. This or that, A or B. Options are 3. 2. How many episodes of Sonic the Hedgehog 4 are available to play according to speedrun.com? Most people going for 2 there if they played it. This is something we discussed for a good 10 minutes yesterday. Tell us more. Tell us more about what we discovered.
Yeah, so episode 1 and episode 2 were released. There was an episode 3 planned, but it was shelved due to poor sales and poor response. However, there is a game mode called Episode Metal. Now, it's not technically a separate game that you can purchase. You have to have both episode 1 and episode 2 installed, and if you're playing episode 2 and it detects episode 1 there with a certain save file, Episode Metal is available. However, again, notice the wording of the question. According to speedrun.com, there are 3 games you can submit to: episode 1, episode 2, and episode Metal, and thus there are 3 episodes of Sonic 4 available to play.
So there we go. Robust question writing at its finest. Kegler, AB Me, J White, Zeus, Reese, and Maxio putting points into the bank. Again, lots of players wiping out. Binary now has the maximum risk streak, though no points in the bank at this point. Could potentially still accrue a few more points before the end of this and go on to win, maybe? We'll find out. Let's put the points in the bank and go on to question number 10. Zeus now with a clear lead, 59. 8 Minky with 56. Cheesy Babe with 53. Question number 10. This or that, A or B? Options are Ogilvy, Maurice. In the Archie comic series, what was revealed as Sonic's real first name? Of course, it's Ogilvy, and a lot of people wiping out there. Ben in Sweden putting a point into the bank. 8 Minky, Broken, Hyperlink, AB Me, Yellowtail, and Car now setting the risk streak. Huds, tell us a bit more about this.
Yeah, so this was new to me. I never actually realised this, but Ogilvy is revealed as his real first name in the Archie comics. Maurice is his middle name. However, neither of them are canonical in the game series.
Ogilvy Maurice, the Hedgehog. Right, let's put the points in the bank and go on to question number 11. Zeus at the top. Ape has got some risk accruing, though. Question 11, this or that, A or B? Options are 100, 50. In most Sonic games, how many rings provide an extra life? It's 100. We're trying to break the tension a little bit and give a freebie. Most people grabbing that one. Yellowtail putting the point in the bank. A couple of people wiping out. The answer's 100. Is there any more to say about that, Huds?
Extra life is for me.
Extra life is for me. If you're using the Colin pack, then it certainly is. Yellowtail, let's put that point into the bank. Zeus still with the lead, though. 8 Minky encroaching with that risk accumulator. 3 is about the highest amount of risk we've got at the moment, so it's going to be looking down to the top of the table. Question number 11, I think, is next. This or that,
12.
12 even, goodness me, 4 questions to go. Question 12, this or that, A or B? Options are fishing, rowing. What is Big the Cat's favourite hobby? It's fishing. This is completely new to me. I've never even heard of the character until yesterday. Huds, tell us some more.
He's a cat. He's pretty big. He likes fishing, and he has a best friend that's a frog called Froggy.
Froggy the best friend. So Sparrow and JY going for rowing and wiping out. Tej, Esamidi, Maxio putting their point into the bank. 8 Minky and Broken Hyperlink and Car with the lead in the risk streak of 6. Let's put the points in the bank. With 3 questions to go, Zeus is at the top, but 8 Minky's potential score is now higher. But there are still 3 questions, and Cheesy Baby, Sotley, even down as far as Zanon, and possibly Broken Hyperlink with that streak of 6. It could still go any which way. Question number 13, this or that, A or B, options are Headcanon, Taxman, this is a long question. Several 2D Sonic games were re-released in the early 2010s. Who developed the game engine they run in? It was Taxman. It's Christian Whitehead, isn't it, Huds?
Right, yeah. Christian Whitehead, better known as Taxman, originally developed the Retro engine, which was used by Sega in order to re-release several of the 2D Sonic games, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic CD, onto iOS, Android, PS4, and various other platforms. Headcanon, also known as Simon Tomley, was brought in to help with the development, but it's Christian Whitehead who actually developed the engine, these days now known as the Star engine, and it's well regarded as one of the most accurate recreations of the original 2D Sonic game physics that is known. Sonic Mania was built off of that engine.
There we go, some good technical inside knowledge here. Ape and Car, Zeus, Itzotli, Zanon, Flying Fox, Ben in Sweden, Nekogramma, Mendez, LV Creed, Yellowtail, and Scorecount all putting risk into the bank. Broken Hyperlink with the 10-point risk streak at the moment. If they continue for the next couple of questions, we could have a winner from the depths of the pack. We've seen it happen before. 45 in the bank, 10 points of risk, potentially 21 points of risk could be amassed over the next 2 questions. For now, let's put the points in the bank and see where we're at. Zeus and 8 Minky, it's neck and neck, 62 points apiece, and it's Sotley and Cheesy Babe neck and neck with 53, Zanon in third on 49. Are we going to get a break to this tie? We've got 2 more questions, and is Broken Hyperlink going to come from behind and upset everybody? We'll find out. Question 14, this or that, A or B, options are Chameleon, Crocodile. SBO is based on which real-life animal? They're a chameleon. I'm not familiar with SBO, Huds. Which game is this one from?
Yeah, SBO is a chameleon. Vector is the crocodile. They make up 2/3 of Team Chaotix along with Charmy B. I believe their first outing was Knuckles Chaotix on the Sega 32X, although I will probably be corrected in chat by someone. Probably Ben.
Broken Hyperlink with the risk lead at the moment of 15. James Tiberius putting 6 points of risk into the bank. Let's put it there now and check out the scores. Before the final question, well, my gracious goodness me. Broken Hyperlink could get up to 66 points if they get this last question right, because they'll get 6 points for a correct answer here for 6 consecutive, and that would take them up to 21, which would take them up to 66. If Zeus and Ape both get this one right, they go up to 65. My word. No pressure here, Broken Hyperlink, but it's your game to lose on an A or B coin flip. Question number 15. This or that, A or B, options are miles per hour, meters per second. Tails' real name is a play on which of the following phrases? Miles per hour is the answer, and this is one of those things that you don't know until you know it, and then when you know it, you can't unsee it. I was in my 20s before I worked out this pun. Huds, what's his name?
I was in my 30s before I worked this one out. Someone told me in a Twitch stream about 8 months ago, and my mind was blown. Tails' real name is Miles per hour, which is meant to be miles per hour. You know, and speed, Sonic.
It's kind of like a pun, you know, it's sort of like poetry, you know, they rhyme. And look at this, coming from behind, Broken Hyperlink, with 21 points of risk on that last question and 45 in the bank, may just steal the lead. I think it was Ape and Zeus, who are on 62 with 3 points of risk, and I think it means that at the end of the game, the winner is Broken Hyperlink. There we go. Broken Hyperlink takes the top spot by a single solitary point, 66 points. Zeus and Ape tying second in 65, and Lupine getting third with 58. How do you want to do this in terms of prizes? Do you want to make an arm wrestle for it, or shall we double up prize number 2?
Oh, I'm sure we can double up prize number 2.
There we go. Broken Hyperlink. Zeus. So Broken Hyperlink is going to get 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles. Zeus and 8 Minky will each get a copy of 3D Blast.
Sonic CD. But you know
CD.
what? Why don't we give them both a copy of Sonic CD and Sonic 3D Blast?
Works for me. And Lupine in third is going to pick up. What was the third prize? That was 3D Blast. Was that 3D
That
Blast?
was 3D Blast.
That was 3D Blast. So we're doubling up for Zeus and 8 Minky getting the extra. Can I defer my prize to 30th place for Sonic Anniversary? Assuming no ties. Of course you can, Ape, if you would like to do that. We'll have a look. 30th place is Guitar Rocks on 0. No, not 0, 21. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong column. Guitar Rocks on 21, but tied with G-Eisens. So that's position number. Actually, I'm going to have to go down. 8, you've made this really complicated now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just going with the name that is 30th on the list, which is Guitar Rocks. But it's shared with G-Eisen. So 8, because there were 2 games there, shall we do a Sonic CD and a Sonic 3D to G-Eisens and Guitar Rocks? Does that sound about right? So there you go. G-Eisens and Guitar Rocks. You've got the wildcard 30th birthday prize. We'll send you one of those each. And I'm going to have to rewatch the VOD to remember who has got all the prizes. So Guitar Rocks and G-Eisens, between you, you'll get Sonic CD and Sonic 3D. We'll sort that out with you separately. Lupine, for picking up third place, you will get Sonic 3D Blast. Zeusless in second, you'll get 3D Blast and Sonic CD. And Broken Hyperlink at the top, you'll get Sonic 1, 2, and 3 and Knuckles. There we go. Well, what fun. What a blast. What a 3D blast. See what I did there? The things I do with words. Now, that is the end of the quiz portion of this evening. We've gone on a little later than anticipated. It's 10:15, but Huds and I are going to raid over to Huds' channel. Give us a few minutes to get set up, and then we're going to race Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. My wife's has just got back as well, so I need to go and say hello to her very briefly. Give us a couple of minutes to get set up, but do we need do you want to go live, Huds, so that we can set up a raid message?
I'm just about to, so I'll say goodbye here so I can go get set up. I'll see all you guys in a minute, so goodbye.
We'll see you over there, Huds. And I'll mute Huds' mic on this end, and I will let's get rid of second monitor view. There we go. Has that done it? Yes, there we go. So, while Huds goes and gets his channel set up, can I just once again say a massive thank you to everybody for coming to join us this evening. It's been great fun. The evening doesn't end here. We've got our race happening over on Huds' channel immediately, so please do come and cheer us on in that, whoever you are backing. Hopefully we'll have a tie. One of us will win Sonic 1, one of us will win Sonic 2. If you have enjoyed what you've seen here, then I do run quizzes on this channel on Tuesday and Saturday nights at 8 and on Thursday afternoons at 3, all British summertime. One more thing, just to mention, obviously Huds is raising money at the moment. Oh, a great big noise. Instinctively Spontaneous, thank you very much for the follow. Huds has been raising money all this month for Bristol Pride. The link to donate, if you would like to donate, if you haven't done so already and you'd like to give something, the link is over on his channel. So even if you can't join us for the race, but if you feel like you'd like to donate, do come and join us on this raid over to Huds' channel, and the link will be there, and it would be great to raise some money. It'd be fantastic to get up to 4 figures. So if you're able to help out with that push, do follow us over, especially if you've had a good evening tonight. And come and cheer us on anyway. Ben and Huds have completed Stream Zone Act 1. Thank you very much, 8 Minky. We're just going to wait for Huds to go live, and then we are going to go and raid into him. I will do the end of night little video and the closing credits. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. Hopefully Huds will be live in a minute. Let's go raid Huds, not Hugs, Huds 601. It's going to wait for his stream to come live, and then, like I say, give us a few minutes to get things all set up. I've got to do the close down of the stream. I need to go say hello to my wife and stuff. Huds is live now. Oh, nice. Right, Huds is live now, so we're going to roll the credits. I will see you over there for the big race in Act 2. Congrats to Broken Hyperlink on being the winner, and see you there. Bye-bye for now.
Shoobity whoopity oobity whoopity oo. Whoop shawong. Whoop shawody whoop. 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 Whoop shawam, wop shawaddy wop, wop shawam, wop shawaddy wop, wop shawam, wop shawaddy wop, shubity wop me obity wopity wop, wop shawam, wop shawaddy 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 wop, wop shawam, wop shawam, shubity wop me obity wop me oop now.